Yo, what's good, y'all? We are still on that green crack. I'm about to take a dab of that right now. The Blue Dream and green crack hybrid. But I wanted to do a quick video real quick on, y'all like that? Is that a good angle? There we go. I want to do a quick video real quick on doping. Like professional sports doping, steroid uses and things like that, and marijuana, and basically marijuana versus doping. And give you guys my opinion on something. And also I wanted to drop some truth bombs because I feel like a lot of people don't know this. So once again, we're just doing a quick little live stream to knock this shit out. I apologize for anyone that's joining this late, but the whole video will be posted soon. I'm gonna go ahead and take this dab. But drop some comments below and let me know what you guys think about marijuana being banned in professional sports. Do you think that marijuana is doping? Let me know below. All right, we're gonna take this dab real quick. Oh man. I cleaned my rig, y'all. I don't know if I said that in the last video, but the bitch clean now. Goddamn. All right. Now we're ready for the video. All right, so first of all, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this fucking truth bomb to start the video. Some of y'all might be mad when I say this, some of y'all might disagree, you might get your little cognitive dissonance, feelings hurt and whatnot, but every elite athlete and every professional sport is doping. Period, point blank. Every elite athlete and every professional sport is using some type of banned substance to get an edge. Now, I'm not saying that as some bitter fuck that's not in professional sports. I'm saying that as a logical, observant human being that knows how things work. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about a little something called therapeutic use exemption. Therapeutic use exemption form is given to many athletes as an exemption form to which they're given steroids or, testosterone or other performance enhancing type drugs for therapeutic use if they're injured. As we know, these athletes in professional sports are injured all the fucking time. So essentially what happens is they're injured and they're literally given steroids to help heal faster and basically more efficiently. So you already have, we're not even talking about people with therapeutic use exemption forms necessarily, but you already have that. I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there. You're already going to have people who are doping, who these leagues know are doping, and they're okay because they have this form from their doctor. Now, just to sprinkle on some more fucking shit on top of that, if you have the capability of receiving a therapeutic use exemption form, and this therapeutic use exemption form allows you to use testosterone because you're injured, do you not think that these athletes that have millions of dollars and access to other doctors that are in the league and all of the basically resources that they have, do you not think that some of these athletes may be exploiting those forms in some way? Do you think at the very least they may be exploiting the amount of time that they're under therapeutic use exemption? Do you think that they may continue to use these steroids under the therapeutic use exemption after they may be healed? Do you think that that is potentially, do you think that's plausible? Do you think that that could happen? Because I definitely do. So now that that's out of the way, now that we know that there's people that are actually allowed to fucking dope, let's think about the people that have been caught doping for a second, okay? And then we're gonna get to like why this is against weed. One of the things that sparked this was doping in general, but as you guys know, like Nick and Nate Diaz in the UFC, they use marijuana, and I think it was Nate. Nate was banned for using CBD, for using marijuana, after a fight. So we're going to get into marijuana and if it is even performance enhancing in a minute. But first of all, I want to bring up some people that have already been caught doping because people want to argue with me when I say that every elite athlete uses, that all these people are using and you have to dope to cope. They don't agree with me. They let their bias and their fandom get in the way and they're not using logic. They don't think about this. So real quick before I get into some people that have doped that you would never fucking imagine, and then some other people that you do know have doped, I just want to bring this up. First of all, these people, this is their job. This is their livelihood, okay? Their life depends on it. They have family they have to take care of. A lot of these athletes, a lot of these people that are millionaires, not only do they have their immediate family, their wife or their kids to take care of, but they have aunts and uncles. They have the responsibility of their entire family's well-being to take care of. And generally, athletes come from impoverished areas, who probably come from impoverished families, who probably have a lot of health issues and things like that. So with that being said, and financial issues aside, these people have a great deal of pressure to make sure that they obtain the best contract possible generally, that they continue to make this contract, that they continue to stay employed and under the contract, and that they continue to perform. Also, if you have endorsements involved, if you're not the fucking elite player, if you're not, think about it, Tiger Woods had every endorsement under the sun 10 years ago. He had his own video game and shit. He don't even have the fucking video game no more. Think about all the money that's lost through endorsements if you're not elite, if you're not great anymore. You have a lot of pressure on you to be great all the fucking time. All the time. Because if you're not, you're nobody. You're not making the money. You don't have the endorsements. That's it. And to even compete with these people, you have to do these fucking drugs because everybody's doing it. It's like, it's so funny. Mayweather used that excuse with the Pacquiao fight. About, there was some like issue about Pacquiao potentially doping, and he was like, well, I'm not going to fight somebody that's doping for my own safety. I have to worry about my safety, you know. He said something along the lines of, nobody's going to care about me 20 years from now if I'm, you know, disabled or something because I was hurt in a fight from somebody that was doping. All the while, days later, they fucking catch him IV dripping, trying to cover up the fact that he was just doping, and he doesn't even fucking get in trouble for it because he's Mayweather, because he's the poster boy. Okay? Just like LeBron right now has been doping forever. He never got caught. Kobe never got caught. Jordan never got caught. Do you know why? Because they're the poster boys for that league. NFL, think about it. What actual poster boys have really been caught doping? You get the little side guys, but they're not going to give you the poster boys. There's too much fucking money involved. So you guys got to think about what's real. What's actually fucking real. So let me just tell you a few people real quick. This is one that stuck out to me, okay? Hedo Turkoglu he played for the Magic 2013. I don't know if he's even still in the league. He plays for the Magic, but he's a player from overseas that plays in the league and the NBA. A C-, a D caliber player. He's not an A-list player, a B-list player. He's a C or D-list player. I mean, he can be good sometimes, but he's fucking nobody. He doesn't look like LeBron. He doesn't look like Dwight Howard. He's not Diesel. He's not huge. He was caught doping, and on February 13th, 2013, I'm just looking at this Wikipedia source now, but I do know that this is accurate because I've seen this stuff before. This is just all consolidated on Wikipedia. On February 13th, 2013, Turkoglu was suspended after testing positive for methylphenidate, a banned substance. Then we go on to see Joakim Noah. If you guys watch the NBA, I'm pretty sure you know who Joakim Noah is. Big, goofy, tall motherfucker. Plays like a 4 or 5 guard. On March 24th, 2017, he was suspended for testing positive for a banned substance. He would be suspended 10 of the last games of the 2016 regular season and 10 games the next season. So this just fucking happened with Joakim Noah. And this is just a whole bunch of other just suspensions. Lindsey Hunter. Hunter was suspended after testing positive for a banned substance in 2007. Do you even know who the fuck that is? You ever heard of Lindsey Hunter? NBA player? No. So why the fuck is he? Darius Miles, Boston Celtics. He also played for the Warriors back in the day, if I believe. September 20th, 2008, suspended for testing positive for a banned substance. Rashard Lewis plays for the Magic. August 6, 2009, suspended after being tested for a banned substance. OJ Mayo, January 7, 2011, suspended after being tested positive for a banned substance. So where's the LeBrons? Where's the Kobes? All these people I just named, OJ Mayo, Rashard Lewis, Darius Miles, these are all motherfuckers that got a little bit more meat on their bones than me. I'm a lean motherfucker. But they're not, they don't look like LeBron. They don't look like fucking, like Dwight Howard. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're not these huge fucking, like goddamn, almost like created test tube fucking athlete, perfect creative player motherfuckers. You mean to tell me you people really don't think that these people are on steroids? So the point of this, getting now into the weed thing, is marijuana a performance enhancing drug, and why is it banned, and why are they harder on people? Look, as I say that, here's Larry Sanders, Milwaukee Bucks, 2015. On January 16, 2015, suspended from the NBA after testing positive for marijuana for the second time. So why are these people being banned from marijuana? When you think about it, marijuana is not performance enhancing. It's going to slow your heart rate, which means that your blood flow is going to be diminished because your heart rate is slowed. If your blood flow is diminished, you're not performing at your peak capacity. You're not getting blood where it needs to go. Things aren't fucking happening like they need to do. Marijuana is used as a recreational thing on the side or medicinally afterwards to deal with pain, to deal with nausea, to deal with possibly even post-traumatic stress. If you're a fucking boxer or some shit, you're getting your fucking face punched in repeatedly, pretty sure that's traumatic. You know what I'm saying? I might want to smoke a blunt after that. But the point that I'm trying to make is there's doping in every sport. Every elite player is doping, okay? But you'll see that they're always really, really fucking harsh on these marijuana things. You'll also see that, God damn, I wish I could bring it up. I don't want to prolong this too much. I wish I'd have had it on another tab for you guys. But if you remember, Anderson Silva got caught for using an actual fucking steroid. If I remember, I could be wrong because I'm not a big UFC guy, but I think it was Anderson Silva got caught for actually using a banned substance that was like performance enhancing. He got some bullshit or wasn't even banned, like a slap on the wrist. And then Nate got caught with the weed and they tried to ban him, I think it was for like a year or two. Now, if I remember correctly, I think he did appeal it and he got like, it was, you know, the ban was like cut in half or something like that. It was shortened, but he still got in trouble. And they're basically harsher for marijuana than they are on these other things. And my question is, why is marijuana even a banned substance? Why? Why, when we have these other things that are actually making, like Mayweather tried to say, we have these steroids that are performance enhancing that are making you punch harder, punch faster, be able to throw more punches in a fight, be able to take more. That's actually jeopardizing the health of these athletes. Now, it may be providing a good show. Everybody loves blood and guts. It goes back to the old Rome Coliseum theory. You know, everybody wants to see a fucking show. They want to see brutes go at it, and they want to see competition and whatnot. However, if we're really worried about the safety of the athletes, if we're actually really concerned with clean sport, because here's another thing. Even though everybody's doping, people will give me that counter argument, right? Like, okay, well, if everybody's doping, then it doesn't fucking matter because everybody's doping, so it's still an even playing field. Well, it is to a certain extent, but you're still going to have the people, these C and D-list players that are going to opt out for ethics, and they're never going to be elite for the simple fact that they're not doping. Because, of course, literally not everybody's doping, but everybody that is elite is doping. So if you're not doping, you're not going to be elite, for one. For two, if you are elite, if you have money, if you have the endorsements, you have the resources, you're going to be able to hide your doping better. Like Mayweather. They walked in, the fucking people, the WADA people or whatever, whoever the fuck it was, walked in on him IV dripping. If you guys don't know what that is, you're basically diluting your fucking blood. So when they test your blood later for fucking steroids, it's diluted and most likely the shit's not going to show up. Because it's not only diluting, you know what I mean, so diluting your blood in whole, which is going to show, so that's how the fuck that works. They walked in on him fucking IV dripping, which is against fucking rules. And he got away with it because he's Mayweather, because he has the money, because he has resources, because he wasn't actually caught with fucking dope in his blood. Do you guys see how this shit works? So with that being said, you're going to get popped for weed, just like I've argued about other illicit, like with jobs giving drug tests. It's absolutely asinine because marijuana is going to be in your system for like 30 or 45 days. Alcohol's in your system for like 24 hours. I think cocaine's in your system for like 24 to 72 hours. Heroin, I think, is like 72 hours. Real drugs are going to be out of your system within 2 or 3 days. So if you get caught on a drug test for some real drugs, then you're an actual fucking drug addict, you're an actual fucking drug addict and you deserve to get caught. And I'm sorry if anybody is watching this video and has got popped for some other shit and took that personally, but you weren't using your head. I've said it, I say it all the time. I've said it a million times before. I'll say it again. A drug test is an IQ test. Okay? Period, point blank. If you're smart enough, you're going to fucking pass it. If you're not, you're going to get caught. If you have a high enough IQ, you're going to pass the drug test. You're going to use resources. You're going to beat it. Period. That's how that works. 99.9% of the time. Now, there are certain methods, there are certain conditions, there are certain situations where they'll test you, they could watch you, you could be under, surveillance, whatever, and you're not going to be able to beat it. But generally, you have the money, you have the resources, you have the IQ, it's a fucking IQ test. So with all that being said, to wrap it up, why is marijuana on this list when it's performance enhancing? And honestly, there's your fucking answer. There it is. The fact that marijuana does not improve performance like these other drugs goes back to the old Roman Coliseum theory that I just stated. The blood and guts that everybody wants to see, crazy competition. Nobody wants to see two stone motherfuckers in a UFC ring. Okay? Maybe a few hits. You definitely want to see somebody off two dabs getting put on a goddamn your shit and step in the UFC octagon. Who the fuck wants to see that? That doesn't sell tickets. So next time that they talk about ethics and clean sport and the safety of the athletes, remember this fucking video. Remember my perspective and my 2 cents on it. Because in my opinion, it's not about the safety of the athlete. It's not about clean sport. Because there's a way that they could pretty much ensure, like I said, they could ensure that there's clean sport to an extent. You're still going to have some people slipping through the cracks, but they don't do enough. They put in place a false system to test people. They get the fucking low guys, the OJ Mayos. Well, OJ Mayo isn't really a low guy. He's pretty good. They get the OJ Mayos, the fucking Heido Turkoglu's, the Joakim Noah's also like maybe a B-list player. You know what I'm saying? They don't get the LeBron Jameses, the Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans. Right? Lance Armstrong, perfect example. I just want to talk about this real quick and I'm going to close out. People always talk about, oh, they don't look like they're on steroids. Does Lance Armstrong look like he was on motherfucking steroids? I'll wait. No, didn't think so. Like, so I don't want to hear, like I was saying before, does Heido Turkoglu, does Darius Miles look like he was on steroids? No, he doesn't. LeBron looks like he's on fucking steroids. Dwight Howard looks like he's on steroids. Kobe didn't necessarily look like he was on steroids. Kobe's my favorite player. I fucking will hold Kobe down, but I'll be real enough to know that he fucking was on steroids. To do the shit he did, to drop 81, to have that span of, what was it, like 9 games or something in like 2007 where he dropped 40 points in like 9 games in a row, to get an Achilles injury in his fucking mid-30s and to come back from it? How in the fuck do you think things like that happen? Like, let's be real. Like, yeah, these people are athletes. Yeah, their body is typically in peak condition. They work out. They typically eat well. Okay, at least. But that doesn't account for the freakish things they're able to do. Look at the guys in the NBA now or the NFL and look at the guys 20, 30 years ago. Now, you can say that technology has increased and methods of working out and, you know, physical training and things like that are better and they have better physical trainers and they work out more and things like that. Yeah, that's going to play into it, of course. But when you look at these guys compared to these people just even 20 years ago, come on, man. Come on. And they were using the shit then. It just wasn't as common. So, why is weed banned? Why? Why is marijuana banned? Why is it a banned substance? Is it because it's not performance enhancing? Is it because it's a good scapegoat, just like the rest of the country? It's easy to pop people for. It's so easy to catch people for weed. They don't actually want to catch people, so they put in place this little bullshit system that can catch you for weed. Anything can catch you for fucking weed. It's in your system for goddamn ever. And every goddamn drug test tests for weed. There's a lot of drug tests that don't test for certain shit. A lot of y'all don't know that neither. There's certain methods and certain tests that don't pick up on certain things. Certain leagues use certain tests for certain fucking reasons. There's reasons behind this shit, man. So, once again, it's not about... I'm going to go ahead and take one more dab on the way out. It's not about ethics. It's not about clean sport. It's not about ensuring the safety of the athletes whatsoever. It's all about the sport itself. It's all about ratings. It's all about views. It's all about creating the most exciting product possible. There's a lot of theory in a lot of sports nowadays, and you can believe what you want, that certain games are rigged, especially playoff games, finals games, Super Bowls, things like that. Now, I'm not arguing for or against that, but the point that I'm making is, remember when you grew up and you watched wrestling? I don't know if you guys watch wrestling. I watched wrestling growing up. I loved Stone Cold, The Rock, shit like that. I used to love watching wrestling. You thought the shit was real, and it hurt your feelings when you found out it wasn't. It was like the biggest thing in the world to find out it wasn't. As adults, is it really so hard to believe that with all of the money involved, with all of the stakes involved, that some of these professional sports games might not be rigged? Just like wrestling, they're still doing the moves, they're still out there playing, but with officials and just 1 or 2 players involved, you could very easily swing a game. So it's all about a show. When a certain amount of money gets involved, ethics go the fuck out the window with pretty much anybody. Pretty much anybody is going to change after a certain, for the right fucking price, their ethics go out the window. And with these companies being multi-billion-dollar companies, how much ethics do you think is still involved? Honestly. Cheers. So, sorry for anybody that's watching that may have been dropping comments. I don't have comments up right now. Fuck. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. I just want to do a kind of decent, little long stream and just talk to you guys for a minute about all this and give you guys an alternate perspective, because it's rampant throughout sports, throughout any sport, even fucking cycling. A lot of people talk shit about cycling. Everybody's fucking doping. Lance Armstrong was doping and won all them fucking Tour de France's, and he looked like me. He was skinny as dog shit. So it's in sports, and they focus on marijuana. When, like I stated before, especially in contact sports and sports, especially like the UFC and boxing, these performance-enhancing drugs can actually hurt people, not only in the moment, but permanently, for life. They can have physical conditions for the rest of their life. We already have all these conditions in the NFL with concussions and shit. And they're talking about helmets and trying to redesign helmets and change calls around blows to the head and neck area and all this, and trying to protect players because of all the people that are suffering mental effects after the years of playing football. But we're getting faster, stronger guys, and like, to a certain extent, allowing doping to occur. So once again, is it really about the safety, or do they give a fuck about those people? Is it about the money? These athletes are going to come and go. The Tom Brady's are going to come and go. It's just whoever's next. It's to make them money, in my opinion. So y'all drop some comments down below. I love y'all motherfuckers. Smoke your problems.